a backdrop of a statement the president made regarding meat. But he definitely took that to another level with Akina Sonko by going to, was it Kenyatta Market? And basically enjoying the meat and saying, sasa hiyo harufu, wacha tuonyeshe vile inakaa.
It's a meaty situation. I think
it was a meet the people.
Yes, it was a meet the people tour.
Now we are on pans.
Yes,
no,
it's serious.
I don't know. Of course, it was tasteless. Now that you're on pans, I thought it was quite tasteless. Of course, for the president at the time to say that we are eating meat, because we know like the sort of economic disparity in the country, and it's true. At the elites.
But let me ask you, Smita, when you keep saying that the economic downturn and all that, there are people apart from the president who still go and eat meat.
Yes, well, I liked that he Zuckerberged the situation.
Zuckerberg. I like that.
I like Zuckerberg the situation, but I'm looking at the timing.
At least President Uhuru is with it. He may blunder Saturday and just have a Maria Antoinette take, like we are eating meat.
Yes.
Then Sunday, he probably wakes up, has a pilsner and says, wait a minute, how do we rectify this? Monday, he's in Kenyatta Market, spin doctoring it. And so people, I think, say...
Give it to him, I think.
The timing to me...
Yeah,
the timing, I like... Well, considering that just a few days he had made that Kula Nyama and Meza Mate comment, the timing for me is probably just rubbing in, guys, I'm the president of this nation. I can speak whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. And this is my backyard. I can still walk in and I can meet my people. But the timing for me was extremely relevant. I think the president is sending a message to the opposition. Yes. In as much as he's visiting the neighborhood, he's just rubbing it in.
Yeah, read between the lines.
Michael?
Yes, very quick. Very quick. For me, it's two things, One, the whole essence of that when he was bringing the likes of Sonko and Sakaja and, Shebesh, was it not to hear the problems and kind of unite, knowing that we're going into a political year? He needs his house intact, He needs favor even with these other likes, because you find someone like Sonko has the youth. So he kind of needs that support also. And if Nyamachoma is going to be the way that we need to lock this down, let it be. Two, what is it with the silk T-shirts on our president? When he does the silk,
things happen.
I was avoiding that
No. Kawaida people things. Like eating meat. Yes, the silk shirt. Very
putting
kawaida.
on lights in hands that don't have,
But here, for me, UK, sitting at the UK stall, I think those people should rename it UK stall in Kenyatta Market. We want to find it. We couldn't find it yesterday, Mike.
You guys went for Nyamachoma?
No. Why are you pretending like you didn't know what you're planning?
You didn't know the plan? Okay,
Smita, were you aware of anything? Did you get the memo?
I don't know about that plan.
No. We had a plan. We couldn't find it.
You couldn't find high.
The UK spot, the actual spot, so that we could go and pose and, because instead of Photoshop. However, I think our president knows, he has read the mood of the people. He knows it. His team also, I give it up to them, they also know exactly what he needs to do when. And I think he must be the easiest and the most interesting presidential candidate to deal with. Of course, he's still the sitting president.
Unless you're part of his security detail, then he's a nightmare.
It could be a nightmare. But I think he's the most, in terms of spin and just do this and fold your shirt and come and eat this, and there was a Coke moment. It was having the feeling.
Endorsement, my friend.
Endorsement, you see, it's there.
That kachumbari, though, that kachumbari.
Actually, there was even one where he was
holding it. There was one where he was holding it, and there's Fanta. Hey,
okay, it's great showbiz. Yeah, but I hope at some point, I wish you were eating nyama like that or telling people they are salivating. Even the Chinese are eating our meat. You should explain why the Chinese are not eating frogs. They are giving us frogs to eat. And even if they are building for us things, I'm concerned that our children will be eating skooma as the Chinese eat our meat in 2050. So this is wonderful. Yeah, it's good to do all these things.
But he was
I wish
enjoying it,
he'd
though.
stop and say, this is what we do with the Chinese. They lend us all this meat. But I want even our children. See, some of us have children.
Yeah, I think he
Tusikakule
was
skuma
enjoying
20.
it. But do we also as Kenyans read too much into things? Maybe they just decided,
enjoy
guys,
the
we
meal.
are hungry and there's a
Mike,
story.
once you...
And one thing you must admit is that our president loves to do things out of the ordinary. Remember there was the time he was driving from Narok and he just stopped in the middle of nowhere and decided, you know what, meat time. I think he misses being
an ordinary
He's that kind of guy. He's that kind
But
of
he's
guy.
the president. He's the president of this
so he can
nation.
stop anywhere.
No. Anything you do is subject to public scrutiny.
I think that's probably a public figure.
Yeah.
I think it's both. I think it's his personality, like you've said. He misses being a normal man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's
He's
still
the
the president.
president of this
and
nation.
for his public relations team, for his PR team, it just means more. It's
great.
It's easy for us, Just a picture of him eating nyama choma. Way to go.
Everybody loves the story of the prince, and we always swallow it. We are still on meat metaphors.
you are still on
The prince who leaves the palace and descends among the common masses with the hoi polloi and with the flies. He comes with the flies of Kenyatta Market and does the fly like
The flies
this.
were not even
Yeah,
there. I
we
didn't
laugh.
see them even.
The security detail had killed all the flies. Yeah.
But it was a good thing. I liked it.
calm down.
Anyway.
I liked
It
it.
was a good thing. Just the timing for
It was
me.
a
Just the timing.
You don't think the timing was right?
The timing wasn't right.
Okay,
Even
so it
that
was
timing, I think it was all planned.
It was lunchtime.
I
He ate in the morning.
No. We were still getting over the kumeza na mate, statement.
But then he just decided that
Precisely, they could have met anywhere. They could have met at
He was making it practical. I told you guys tutakula nyama.
Nyama ndio hii sasa. Let me show you. That is my point.
But you remember when they came into power, they said kusema na
Kutenda.
That is my point, Mike. Yes.
Anyway, let's move on. There was also something interesting, and Lupita was in town, but courtesy, bringing in Vogue for a photo shoot, which was a really, really nice and massive thing. But of course, as usual, we got wind of it after it had happened.
Yeah, I know.
Zinzi, Vogue in Kenya.
Okay, where do I begin? First of all, those pictures were beautiful.
Nice.
I hope we have them so our audience can see them. It was beautiful.
Nice.
For Kenya, I feel like that was just a fantastic way for us to also showcase our tourism, yeah? And remember there's a video of her cooking ugali, yeah?
Oh,
Because she didn't know how to cook ugali.
She learned it.
She had to learn how to
A
cook
small
ugali.
little one though. We start small.
Those pictures of her in her ushago and the fact that they brought out Vogue here in Kenya was just look
There
at
are some of the
Look
pictures.
at that.
And now that you've brought up the ugali, let me just ask the ladies here. And I can see Zinzi wants to move on from that. I was going to ask whether the ladies here can make ugali, but anyway, carry on. I'll ask that
I was
later.
gonna say girls who can get on a piki because it's too bougie. Look at, she was on a piki. Lupita was on a piki.
But for a photo shoot, there is a difference when it's a matter of life, what you have to do, and when it's a photo shoot.
Yeah, I use border borders all the time. What's the big deal?
I also use border borders.
Yes, that's just
The helmet. The helmet is a big deal. Do you wear a helmet?
I do. My piki guys gives me the helmet and the grid. I'm not gonna be stopped by cops. But the whole point is that Vogue came to Kenya. Let's stick with the Vogue came. Vogue came to Kenya. And
It's one of those things. Actually, it's one of those things that many celebrities are currently taking into account. When you have become as big as Lupita is, then you also want people to realize your roots. You remember the other time, Bolt, in all his boldness, decided to tell anybody who wants him to shoot a commercial or do anything has got to take it to Jamaica. So I think it's awesome that she decided,
Brand
look,
Kenya.
Vogue, you want me? I am Kenyan.
Let's go home.
Get to do
But why are we
this.
assuming she's the one who said it?
They do.
No.
By the way, they
Zungus.
do.
No, let me tell you. Zungus, if the three of you are here, they look for a dark chocolate beauty like Her Majesty.
Quinta.
Queen here. They'll ignore you too. They'll go for
You're
Queen.
saying light skin.
They'll say ebony and ivory. So Lupita epitomizes that thing. I'm just glad she's actually not ugly like Alekwek.
Okay.
Was work. Don't let me say it as it
Beauty is
is.
in the eyes of the beholder.
You can't say that.
It's a win-win
Our
situation,
Zungu
Smita.
are always like that. They're like, where are you? They're very disappointed a lot of times, if you tell them that you just live in a normal house here in South B and you watch, you know, like series like Game of Thrones, so I'm glad she's exploiting that, you know, to bring the black back.
Let me just cut you short there. Here's the thing, by the way. Photo shoot and photography last week, that was beautiful, Michael. It's an art.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And therefore, when an artist has come to do their job, whether they're Mzungu or they're white or they're yellow, it's not
irrelevant.
The story here is irrelevant. The fact is, this girl brought Vogue and the art here in Kenya. And in terms of tourism and the things that she did, the woman was climbing a maembe tree. And where I come from, we did that quite a bit. Yeah. During our time, and then like when she was talking about that, she's like, "Don't leave that my underwear." It was absolutely beautiful for me.
You think Lupita was claiming maembe trees in Mexico?
It's art.
Yeah, let's not mix up art. Yes, art and life.
It's art.
We are talking as if Lupita grew up running half naked in the bush and climbing mango trees.
Smita.
Our father was in exile.
It doesn't
she was
matter.
born in Mexico.
Smita.
All right. So, okay.
What are we talking about?
I think we need to put a gag on this guy.
It doesn't matter.
We just need to put a gag on this guy.
For me, whether the Vogue team use this opportunity, like you say, Wazungus are known to, exploit.
Why are we even saying Wazungu? It's just Vogue.
I'm just quoting what
And
Smita said.
Wait, just hold that thought. You know, we're very quick to say how we are victimized because of black, blah, blah, blah. But we're also calling them, isn't that also, being racist in a way? Calling people
Yes, I feel like that's another conversation.
No, you're already categorizing them because they are
like
of a certain
this.
skin color.
Let me paraphrase. Even if the Vogue team came to Kenya, probably not because Lupita invited them, if it was their idea, it doesn't matter because it was a win-win situation. Yes, they came, but also Lupita put us somewhere.
Yes,
Thank you. Yes. Also, there's something that I think Adhiambo mentioned, and it was in regards to Bolt going asking the same people, the sponsors, if you want to come to my country, come and create employment. Now, on top of that, can we talk about how the timing of Vogue in Kenya is just so precise after the premiere of Queen of Katwe,
Yes.
You know, that's the whole point, and she talks about it. And on the red carpet, if you watched it, she also says that, you know what, these are Africans telling their own stories, because even the major actors are Africans.
Precisely.
The story is based on a real story on a Ugandan who went to America, and she made it for herself. So I like the fact that it's come so timely ahead of, during the premiere.
Absolutely. And that ugali question still has to come in. And I want us to play the clip where she's making ugali. And first of all, find out, Adhiambo, I'm sure for you, ugali that's a walk in the park.
Yes, of course. I cook beautifully, among many things that I do.
Ugali, specifically?
Yes, ugali, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But is it true that when you're testing ugali, you hit it on the wall?
You have to.
And it sticks?
Yes.
When
If
So when
it
it
sticks,
sticks,
it's not ready.
Especially when it's the one for many people. When you come from Western Kenya, this is the staple food.
And the one you make, is it brown or it's white? Or both?
I can do both. I can do both, regardless, because you can actually be able to mix it. There is the one that has the cassava. If they add cassava,
you guys should come up with a recipe for ugali.
Princess Adis always says she can cook everything.
I cook beautiful,
No one
by
has
the
ever
way.
tested this.
You know, Smita.
Can you
She cooks the best fish. She
Smita.
cooks the best potatoes. You tell her, even if you tell her pasta, she says, I cook the best pasta. So I'm not surprised. This is a long line of culinary showing.
By the way,
But
Smita.
no one has ever tasted. When I've been at her house, the only thing I know is she can mix vodka and cook very well.
Smita, you know what we'll do? At least the good thing is that here on the panel for Hot Topics, we put things to the challenge. So Adhiambo, this ugali you're talking about, we are going to film it, and you shall cook the fish and the ugali. All right, Zinzi, your skills of cooking ugali, do you have the recipe? Ama, you're one of those who need to read it like Lupita.
Hey, Michael. First of all, Lupita did not read it, if you watch that video, but the mom was there.
That's what I mean by reading.
I also make ugali.
You can.
I can, and
I don't know. I'm not believing that story. That story somehow.
We will do it.
That one needs to be put to the test as well. Queen.
You know, the fact that you don't have faith in me, Michael.
So we'll come to yours first for the ugali.
I started cooking.
We shall bring you the report, by the way.
I started cooking, I think, at the age of 8 or 9. Yes.
Like any other African
And
girl.
one of the skills my mom actually taught me was how to make ugali. So trust me, I can
And
even
actually
do
to make it in the three stones.
Yes.
Yeah, not in that nice way.
in a big sufuria.
Yes. This is Lupita.